morning. Welcome to our Strength and Focus yoga class. I'm Tanya Chappell here with Amber Still. We're on the Suwannee River. Thanks for joining us this morning. So our class today, as you know, if you've tuned in before, we are going to be strengthening our bodies by holding poses like warrior and some squats and crescent pose. And then we're gonna work on using our breath to calm the body's stress response that it's feeling to the pose. So we start the class with a breath meditation. Which is a pranayama, just means breath work, and the one that I like to use is the Ujjayi breath, also known as the 3-part breath. And so I'll explain how to do that. And then we'll go through a little bit of warm-ups, and then right in the beginning I like to really get your body warmed up quickly by doing down dogs to planks. And some people don't like to do that. It may not be good for your wrist or your shoulders. Maybe you have some injury or something like that, or you're just new to doing that. And so remember that you can change it up. Instead of going from down dog to plank, you could do down dog to tabletop and skip the plank altogether. So everybody gets to practice at their own speed. We all have different injuries that we may be nursing, or areas that we're stronger in, and maybe areas that we're weaker in. So make sure you pay attention to your body. Don't do anything that hurts, especially if you have any joint pain. Don't push yourself when you're feeling any kind of joint pain. But if you're simply feeling challenged in the pose, maybe your muscles are quivering a little bit, that's the goal. We're trying to challenge you and then teach you how to calm that body's reaction. So we're going to bring the heart rate up, and then we're going to work with our breath and getting the heart rate down. And as long as you're pushing yourself to your own personal edge, you're going to get the maximum benefit of the class. So you don't have to do everything I do. You can modify it how you need to for your body. So keep that in mind. Two other things I want to go over. When I talk to you about using your core, what I'm referring to is pull your belly button into your spine, and then kind of tuck that rib cage and clench your perineum muscle, which also tightens the hamstrings, engages the quads and the hamstrings. So this whole core, this whole torso is going to aid you in stabilizing you in the pose, in any of the balance poses, as well as protecting your low back. So just remember to use your core throughout the class, and I will cue you on that. And then lastly, anytime our hands are on the mat, we're pushing into the mat, so like you're trying to push the mat down, keeping it from flying up off of the floor, or protracting in between the shoulder blades, like arching in between the shoulder blades. And again, you're doing that so that you're not sinking down into the shoulders or into the wrists. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our seated meditation. You could also lay down if that's more comfortable. You just want to have a nice long spine. So if you are seated, go ahead and stack the shoulders over the hips. Your ears are over the shoulders. Your palms can be face down or up, whatever's most comfortable for you. If you're up, a little more energetic, you may want to touch the thumb and index together for a little better grounding. And then we're just going to close our eyes, and we're just going to start noticing our breath. You're not trying to change the breath at all right now. You're just noticing the breath in the body. Noticing the coolness of your breath on the inhale through the nose, and how it's warmed by your body on the exhale out the nose. Noticing if the breath is originating in the low body or in the upper chest. We're going to all start working on bringing that breath to first originate in the low belly. So you're filling the low belly full of air like a balloon, and then bringing it into the mid belly, all the way into the upper chest. And pause here for a moment. And then exhale from the upper chest, mid-belly, low belly, blowing all the air out. And then again pausing to notice how it feels to have no air. And then begin a new breath, filling the low belly like a balloon, all the way into the mid-belly, all the way into the upper chest, pausing and noticing. You're exhaling, upper chest, mid-belly, low belly, blowing all the air out. We're breathing in and out the nose through the entire class. So continue with your three-part breathing, and now we're going to start bringing sound to the breath by constricting the back of the throat, making the ocean sound, or like you're fogging a mirror. So now you have deep three-part ocean breaths in and out the nose. Every inhale through the nose, energizing the body. Every exhale out the nose, relaxing the body. Following that breath to the very end and beginning a new breath. Making that ocean sound in the back of the throat helps to calm the body, resonates with the body's sympathetic nervous system, and really relaxes the body and the mind, and it gives the mind something to focus on. Very natural for the mind to start wandering and doing its job of thinking. So all you need to do is acknowledge when it has drifted, redirect the focus right back to the breath, and breathe a louder and deeper ocean breath to really captivate that mind's attention. The word yoga means union, and that is the union of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And the most powerful tool we have to access that is the breath. Every time you're redirecting your mind away from its chattering thoughts and back to your breath, you are carving deeper neural pathways of focus, which makes it easier to hold that concentration longer the next time. Energizing inhales in the nose. And now make your exhale twice as long as your inhale out the nose. Taking time to focus on the breath allows the mind to clear so that you can access your deeper, more intuitive self that holds a higher vibration. Getting out of the chattering mind, coming within, feeling the heartbeat, listening to the breath, riding the breath like a wave through the body by following the breath with your mind's eye through the three parts of the body. chattering mind is normal. Everybody's mind does it. But it's only when you take the time to practice focusing on a one-pointed concentration. And so breath work is really instrumental in being able to get you there quicker, because you're able to really focus your mind's attention on that breath. When the mind wanders, you just breathe a deeper and louder ocean breath. Practice our breath work on the mat so we can quickly utilize it and bring it into play off the mat when we're faced with a stressful situation. Learning how to quickly calm the body and the mind lowers that sympathetic nervous system reaction, lowers the stress in the body, which decreases the inflammation and cortisol that's created from stress. So we're going to finish up our Ujjayi ocean breath with 5 of your deepest, longest breaths yet. If you haven't been able to focus on the breath before now, even these last 5 breaths are instrumental in calming the body and centering the mind into the self. One more. And opening the eyes. All right, so we're gonna get started. We'll get started with a little bit of warm-ups, then we'll start warming up the core, and then we're gonna get right into the class. Again, in the very beginning stages, it's a little challenging when we're doing down dog to plank. You don't have to do it. You do down dog to tabletop if it's too much for you. Or you could go down dog, tabletop to child's pose. So let's go ahead and get started, bringing the palms next to us. Take the right hand to the sky, reach high out of the shoulder socket, lean over to the left, ground that right sit bone and grow this right arm longer, and breathe 3 deep breaths into the right side of the rib cage. Remember, we're breathing in and out of the nose through the entire class. Nostril breathing, scientifically proven to increase memory and focus. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up, reaching high and over. Ground that right sit bone and grow in this left arm. And then lowering on the left, the right hand comes up, reaching high and over. Ground and grow. And then the right hand comes down and the left hand reaches high and over. And you're grounding in the left sit bone, growing that left arm. I recognize that I said it incorrectly last time. Breathe. All right, I'm gonna do one more because my right side needs it. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Reach, grow this arm and ground into the sit bone. And breathe. All right, right hand comes down. Bring the hands to the knees, chest forward. Circle over the left knee, arch to the back wall. And just take your time. Remember, we're breathing in and out of the nose and we're lengthening our exhales. Longer exhales calms the body's heart rate, calms the sympathetic nervous system. Next time you come to center, let's go the opposite way a few times. And then just stacking the spine. All right, so we're gonna get started with coming onto our knees, coming into tabletop. And again, when your palms are on the mat, you're protracting away in the shoulders like you're trying to arch between the shoulder blades. Let's do a couple of cat and cows. Drop the crown of the head, drop the tailbone. And then reverse it, lift the crown, lift the tailbone. Use your breath back and forth a few times. And then coming back to center. Let's straighten the right leg. Come onto the ball of the right foot and press that right heel to the wall behind you. Pull the belly button into the spine to engage your core and align the right leg with your spine. You're welcome to stay here or take the left hand right up next to the ear. Now remember, your wrist is right under your shoulder, so you're in alignment. And then your left arm is reaching for the front of the room as the sole of your foot reaches for the back of the room. Hamstring is engaged, belly button is pulled into the spine. Check out your breath. Make sure you are not holding the breath. That just traps the energy in the body and makes the pose more difficult. It causes more stress in the body. Bend the right knee, take the left elbow to the right knee in a quadruped, and then come back to pointer. Pause, perfect your pointer. Your gaze should be at the mat. And then again, quadruped and pointer. You can take a break or do 3 more. All right, let's go to the other side. So we're grounding into the left hand, or both hands right now. We're gonna take the left leg long onto the ball of the foot and press the heel to the back wall, just for a calf stretch. And then align the leg with the spine, ground into the left hand, and the right arm comes up. You're reaching in opposition, growing your body longer. Check out your breath and make sure you are breathing nice, long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Making your exhale longer than your inhale. The whole time you're perfecting the pose, trying to get straighter in the pose. Maybe softer in the pose. And then a quadruped, knee to elbow, and back to pointer. And again. And you've got 3 more, taking a break whenever you need to. And then lowering. Let's tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, and place your entire belly on your lap. And then straightening your legs. Bend your knees, pedal your feet, start warming up in the back of the body. And then go ahead and sink down with the heels. and start sinking down into the armpits, into the chest, and tilt your tailbone to the sky. Ground into the right foot, left foot to the sky, one-legged down dog. And then bend the left knee and reach it behind you in a twisted down dog. Coming down to your hover plank, left knee, right elbow in a twisted plank, and then back to one-legged down dog, twisted down dog, hover plank, knee to elbow. You've got 3 more, or you could take a break. One more. And then lowering that foot, move to the other side. Right leg reaching high. Bend the knee, reach it behind you. Hover plank. Right knee, left elbow, and then back again. I am fighting with a cramp in my toes. It's terrible. All right, we got 2 more. Somehow that cramp worked itself out. All right, step back to down dog. Sink down as deep as you can and lift your tailbone. And then coming to the knees, press back to child's pose. All right, coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, back to down dog. Perfect your down dog. Sink deeper into the armpits and into the heels. Ground into the right foot, left foot to the sky, one-legged down dog to twisted down dog. Hover plank, step through with the left foot, come into a long lunge. The knee is right over the ankle and the right heel is pressed to the back wall. You can stay here or ground into the right hand, take the left hand to the sky. Stack the shoulder alignment, shine your chest to the side wall. They must be checking out that alligator. You can stay here or take the left hand and draw a line down the wall and wrap it around the back, looking out over the left shoulder. We've got a pretty white flock of birds getting ready to fly through on the river. Release this left hand, bringing it to the mat. Drop the right knee down. Grip the mat with your toes, engage your core, reach your hands behind you and then sweep them up to the sky. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. You can stay here or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. Remember, pulling the belly button into the spine and gripping the mat with your toes creates a tripod effect and keeps you more balanced. Breathe. Nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose. And then bringing the hands down to the mat, straighten the legs. Come, bring the crown of the head to the knee. And then again, bend that left knee, grip the mat, pull the belly button to the spine, reaching high, pull the shoulder blades down the back, staying here or steepling the fingers, reach for the back of the room. Gaze forward, or to challenge your balance, walk the gaze up to the sky. And then hands to the mat. Come onto the ball of that right foot, runner's lunge, step back to plank. If you want to lower chaturanga, go for it. Otherwise, you could lower knees, chest, chin, and push into cobra. Pulling the elbows in and shoulders down, lift the chest. So it's like you're trying to stretch that mat forward. Lift the chin. Beautiful day. I'm going to show you the alternative. Oh, there went some birds. I'll show you the alternative. You could stay here in cobra. So you're lowering knees, chest, chin if you're gonna, or chaturanga. If you want to lower chaturanga, the whole body comes down at one time. Pause, push up dog. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. Connect with that breath and slow down your exhales. And then coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, back to down dog. Perfect your down dog. Sink deeper with the heels in the chest as the tailbone comes up. Ground into the left foot, right foot reaching for the sky, bend the knees, reach the toes behind you, hover plank, step through with the right foot, long lunge, stack the knee right over the ankle and press this left heel to the back wall. Ground into the left hand, right hand reaching for the sky. Stay here or take the right hand, draw a line down the wall and wrap it around the back, looking over the right shoulder. My battery is low. I need to get my charger from the house. Would you mind? It's on the kitchen counter, the portable one. Thank you. And then the right hand comes down, drop that left knee, engage the core, sweep the arms behind you and up to the sky. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Stay here or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. And then bringing the hands to the mat, straighten the right leg, crown of the head to the knee. And then bending the right knee, grip the mat, grip the spine with the belly button, sweeping the arms up, sinking down into that left hip flexor. Stay here or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. And then bringing the hands down to the mat, come onto the ball of that left foot, runner's lunge, to plank, lower chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, lift up dog or cobra. Thank you, Amber. Oh, that's not it. It's the black anchor one. You know that rectangle or long square one at the end of the countertop? And it's even got some cords plugged into it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Amber. I charged everything else, but Alicia had my cell phone and was playing videos. Drop to the knees, press back to child's pose. Coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, press back to down dog, and perfect your down dog. Sink deeper into the armpits, deeper into the heels, lift the tailbone. Ground into the right foot, left foot, one-legged down dog, twisted down dog. Hover plank, and then step through with the left foot, long lunge, swivel your right heel down, and then take this right hand and windmill around into warrior two. You got it. Thank you. Ta-da! Thanks, Amber. All right, so in warrior two, check out your position. Make sure that left heel aligns with your right arch. I just had to move my heel back a little to get in position. And then square your hips to the side of the mat and the arms to the side of the mat. Pull your shoulder blades down your spine. Pull the belly button into the spine. Feel the hamstrings and the quad and the core all holding you steady. Shoulder blades come down the back. Check out your breath. Let's have 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths here. I'm gonna move this error message off the screen. Every exhale, getting you a little deeper into the pose. Softening the pose. Let's take this left hand to the sky and then to the wall behind you. Really opening up in the left rib cage. You're growing this left arm longer. Generous bend in the left knee. Breathe. 3 deep breaths into the left side of the rib cage. And then take the left forearm to the left knee. Right hand to the sky. Then to the wall in front. Bend that left knee a little bit more and then rotate the right shoulder behind you. Growing the right arm longer, pull that stretch all the way down into your obliques. Breathe. Smooth out your exhale, lengthening that exhale. And then coming back to your warrior two. Straighten this left leg and we're going to move into triangle. Reach for the front of the room as far as you can. Try and get your torso parallel with the floor before you windmill the arms around. And now you're reaching with the right fingertips. Left hand can rest on the leg, on a block. But try to challenge yourself by not putting a lot of pressure into that left hand. Don't allow that to be doing the work. You want your torso to be strengthened in the pose. Your torsos help holding you buoyant in the pose. Crown of the head reaches for the front of the room. Right fingers reaching for the sky. Breathe. Take the right hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back. Looking out over the right shoulder. And on this one, I do put all of my weight almost into that left hand so that I can get a deeper low back twist. Just gives me a little leverage. And then release the right hand and start bringing it towards the front of the mat, onto the floor a few feet away. Ground into the right hand, left hand to the sky in a revolved triangle. Breathe. Nice long deep breaths. Slowing down those exhales. Protracting in that right shoulder. Don't sink down into your shoulder. And then take the left hand down. Point the toes towards the hands. Keep your hips right over your heels and walk the hands out into a wide-legged down dog. Again, tilting that tailbone to the sky as you're sinking down into the chest. Walking the hands back to the center, ground in with the right hand right under the forehead and take the left hand to the sky. Get out of the shoulder, strong in the shoulder. And then reverse it, left hand comes down, right hand goes up. And then bringing the right hand down, pull the heels into the body, bend the knees, left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee coming into squat. Music cooperates perfectly. Don't you love it? All right, so pull the shoulders over the hips and tuck your tailbone under. Come into your deepest squat in the center. Bend the right knee, hands come in the air as you lunge to the right. Coming back to center, find that edge. And then lunging to the left, hands in the air. Use your breath to move back and forth in between these positions. Nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose. Every time you come down to your edge and you hold it for just a second, your body remembers that so that you know that you can go that deep the next time and maybe sink a little deeper. Let's do one more each side. That sun is burning hot on this pad. My toes. It's gonna be a hot day. All right, coming back to your T, move your feet to your warrior two and find your deepest warrior two. And then windmill to the mat, runner's lunge, to plank, chaturanga, up dog. Lift the chin, get out of the shoulders. Engage the hamstrings. Breathe. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. Coming back to tabletop. We're going to do it all again on the other side. Tuck the toes, down dog. Perfect your down dog. Ground into the left foot. Right foot, one-legged down dog. Twisted down dog. Hover plank. Step through with the right foot and swivel the left heel down. The left hand draws a line up the wall and windmills around to warrior two. And let's check out that alignment. Heel aligns with the arch, knee over the ankle, hips square to the side of the mat, and shoulder blades pull down the back. Pull that belly button into the spine and see if you can get a little deeper. Nice breeze. 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths here. Every exhale longer than the last. Every exhale deepening you in the pose. Left hand wraps around the back. Right hand to the sky. and then to the wall behind you. Keeping the bend in the right knee, grow the right arm longer and breathe. This pose is very difficult to control your breathing in. It almost makes you want to breathe through the mouth or take short breaths. I encourage you to lengthen your exhales here, because if you can do it here, you can do it when your mind is not at peace. Right forearm to the right knee, left hand to the sky. Then the wall in front and rotate that left shoulder behind you. Grow this left arm longer. Pull that stretch into your left obliques. Breathe. Coming back to your warrior two. Perfect your warrior two. As deep as you can get it. And then windmilling the hands to the mat to your runner's lunge. You might have to walk that right foot back under the shoulder before stepping back to plank. Lower chaturanga and up dog. Breathe, lift the chin, get out of the shoulders, lift the chest. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. And back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, back to down dog. Sink down deeper into the heels and the chest. Lift your tailbone and breathe. We're going to take the right leg back up to the sky, bend the knee, drop the toes behind you. Coming into the hover plank, step through with the right foot. We're coming back to warrior two. Windmill around. I forgot triangle on this side. Didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Moving into triangle. Reach as far as you can with your fingertips towards the front of the room. Try and get that torso parallel first, and then windmill the arms around. Reach with the left fingertips for the sky. Crown of your head is reaching for the front of the room. That's helping hold you buoyant in this pose so you're not collapsing into this right hand. Check out your breath and slow down your exhales. The inhales happen naturally. All you have to do is focus on that exhale. Take the left hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back, and look out over the left shoulder. I thought that went pretty quick. I'm like, What happened to the squats on that side? And then we're releasing the left hand, bringing it towards the mat, onto the floor. A few feet away, ground into the left hand, and then take the right hand to the sky. Revolve triangle. Get out of the shoulders, really reach for the sky. Breathe. In and out of the nose. And then bringing the right hand down, walk the hands to the center under the chest. Keep your hips right over your heels, and then just walk the hands out, coming into a wide-legged down dog. Tilt your tailbone to the sky. sinking down into the chest, into the armpits. Breathe. Walking the hands back to the center under the chest. Let's take the left hand right under the forehead, right hand to the sky. And then bringing the right hand down, left hand up. Get out of that shoulder, grow the crown of the head longer. And the left hand comes down, pull the heels into the body, bend the knees, left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Pull the shoulders over the hips, tuck that tailbone under, coming down to your deepest edge in your center squat. Bend that right knee, hands come into the air. And then back to the center, lowering down deep. Left knee bends, hands in the air. Back and forth. Use your breath to calm the body's heart rate. Coming all the way to your edge before pressing away. Increasing that range of motion each time, getting a little deeper. Strengthening the hamstrings, the knees. That mat is so darn hot. And then coming back to center. Straighten the legs. Bring your feet back to your warrior two and find your deepest warrior two. Now we're done on this side. Windmill around. Coming into runner's lunge, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, and push-up dog. So we got an extra up dog. Get out of the shoulders, lift the chest, lift the chin. Drop to the knees, child's pose. Connect with the breath and slow down your exhales. And then back to tabletop. Tuck the toes back to down dog. And perfect your down dog. Look to the front of the mat and bend your knees. Step or hop to the front of the mat, coming into your forward fold, also called Uttanasana, intense forward fold. Your hands can rest on your feet or on the legs, whatever's comfortable for you. Dangle the head, maybe shake yes or no or in circles a few times. And now bend the knees and place your entire torso on your lap. Reach behind you and clasp your hands and set them on the sacrum. Now tilt your tailbone to the sky. With the knees bent and the torso on the lap, when you tilt that tailbone to the sky, you get a nice deep stretch kind of into your sciatic nerve area. So you can leave the hands here or press them to the sky. And protract in the shoulders for a shoulder opener. Release your hands and sweep them along the floor, up the wall, pull the belly button into the spine, Hands to the sky, sit back in chair pose. Sit your rump back so that you can see your toes. The knees are in behind the toes. Shoulder blades are pulled down the back. Breathe. Let's do 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths here. Every exhale sinking you deeper into the pose. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. Straighten the legs, bringing the arms around into prayer, in front of the chest, and close the eyes. Scan your body with your mind's eye. Notice your heart rate. We're going to bring that heart rate down with 5 more Ujjayi ocean breaths. Lengthening that exhale longer than the inhales. And now notice your heart rate. And open your eyes. All right, moving on. Let's come to the front of the mat. We're going to move into mountain pose. Then we're going to step back into crescent pose, and then out into warrior 2 again. And we'll do a twisted warrior 2. So coming into mountain pose, everything's engaged. Feet are gripping the mat. Hamstrings, quads, gripping the bones, chest lifted, and shoulders pulled down the back. Strong mountain. Ground into the right leg and grow the right leg longer as you bend the left knee. Then bend the right knee and hinge forward. Balancing on that right leg, you're stepping back. Find your footing. Sweep your arms behind you and up to the sky, coming into crescent pose. You might can walk your toes out further to get a little bit deeper, to get that knee over the ankle a little bit more. Try and get that quad a little more parallel to the floor. Pull the shoulders over the hips. Reaching high, pull the shoulder blades down the back. Check in with your core. Make sure that belly button's pulled into the spine and your hamstrings are all engaged. Your feet gripping the mat help hold you steady. Stay here or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. Breathe. Your gaze can remain forward, or you can walk the gaze up the sky. Bring the hands down into prayer and hinge forward. Take the left elbow to the right knee. Pull the right shoulder behind you. So we're doing twisted crescent pose, or Vanarasana. Coming back to center, reach the hands high. This time, swivel the left heel down, come to your warrior 2. You might have to walk that right leg in again to get that alignment with the right heel aligned with the left arch. My feet are literally burning on the mat there. Crazy. Not so windy today. All right. And then let's move back to crescent by reaching both hands to the sky, coming back onto the ball of the left foot. You're back in your crescent pose. Hands to the mat, to plank, and chaturanga, and up dog. Get out of the shoulders, lift the chest, lift the chin. And down to the knees, press back to child's pose. Connect with the breath. Back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, back to down dog. Again, look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Chest reaching for the knees. Reach behind you, clasp the hands, reach them for the sky. If you want, you can bend your knees and then tilt the. I like this stretch. It gets deeper into my low back where I need it. Deeper into my hamstrings. And then release the hands, sweep them along the mat, up the wall, to the sky. Back to chair pose. Yuck, hate this chair pose. Nice solid hamstrings though with the chair pose. All right, strengthening those legs. Pull the shoulders down the back. Check out your 4 Ujjayi ocean breaths. Calming the heart rate at the same time that you're getting the heart rate up. You're using that breath to bring it back down. So you are teaching your body how to handle stress. If you can handle it while you're doing a squat, you can handle it when your kids are acting up, right? Straighten the legs, arms come down into prayer. Close the eyes. Check out the heart rate and bring it down with 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths. And then opening the eyes. All right, so now we're stepping back on the other side. We're grounding into this left foot and bending that right knee. Lift the right knee, bend that left knee, hinge forward slowly, step back, find your footing, sweeping your arms behind you up to crescent pose. Bending that left knee, getting the left quad parallel with the floor to give you a very nice stretch in that front hip flexor on the right side. Pull the shoulder blades down the back and steeple the fingers, reach for the back of the room. Hard to hold the balance when you're looking at a moving umbrella. Hands come into prayer, hinge forward, right elbow, left knee. Pull that left shoulder behind you, shining the chest. Coming back to center. We're going to swivel the right heel down, come to your warrior 2. Check out your alignment. Get that left heel aligned with the right arch. Come to your deepest warrior. We're only going to be there a moment, so you can find your edge. Then windmill the hands to the mat, runner's lunge. Step back to plank and lower your choice. Breathe. Get out of the shoulders, lift the chest. And drop to the knees, child's pose. And then back to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Back to down dog. Perfect your down dog. Look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Hop or step to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Skipping chair pose. Let's do reverse swan dive. Lead with your heart, flat back. Palms come up and then down into prayer. Closing the eyes. Let's breathe a few nice long deep breaths to get the heart rate back down. Almost done here. We're going to be moving into tree pose and into dancer before we get back down on the mat and start quieting it down with pigeon and a hip sway and then shavasana. So you may want to practice this up against the wall if you're still working on your balance. Otherwise, we're coming back into our mountain pose, strong, tall mountain, and then kickstand the left heel onto your right ankle. Ground and grow in this right leg. Pull the belly button into the spine. Stay here or take the sole of the foot below the knee onto the calf or all the way above the knee into the thigh. Pushing the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot offers a nice little counterbalance. You could stay here with your hands. You could be more expressive, having them up and open. You could try and work in a little bit of a back bend. And a little more challenging, holding the knee out in prep for holding the leg out. So you're gripping the inside of the sole of the foot. Or I guess actually I have the ball of the foot, right? And when I start to teeter-totter, I'm just pushing with my toes and pulling with my hands. Again, this is good if you have a wall in front of you, if you want to try this, so that you don't have to worry so much about the balance. You're not having to focus on it. You can just feel how the pose feels in the body, get that muscle memory, and then you can just let go of the wall. All right, so let's shake that out a little bit, and then we'll move to the other side. Coming back to your mountain pose, we're kickstanding the right heel. And then move into warrior on this side, wherever you want to go with it. This knee is still bothering me. I did go get an MRI yesterday. Not sure what it says yet. I bet it says torn meniscus. My chiropractor is trying to talk me into stem cell replacement. So if you've ever done it or heard anybody that has, give me a shout out. Let me know what they think about it. Progressing further. Release when you're ready and shake that out. All right. Dancer. And then that's it. Heading back down to the mat after that. Back to your mountain pose. We're going to take the right hand up, left hand out, ground into the right foot, bend the left knee, grab the instep and square your knees off to each other. Push your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot to feel that resistance. And this is dancer. You could stay here or start pulling that foot up behind you, which makes you kind of naturally hinge forward. That's not necessarily the goal. It happens. Try and keep your hips square to the floor. Releasing whenever you're ready, shaking that out. Nice chest opener. And then we're going to go to the other side. Mountain pose. Left hand up, right hand out, bend the right knee, grab the foot, push the foot into the hand, pull the hand up behind you. Not so easy for me on this side. But I do love the shoulder opener, chest opener. Sometimes it even opens my sinuses. That side's not so good for me. And when you're ready, you can just roll it out. All right, awesome. Sounds like our music's also quieting down, so we're gonna start making our way to the mat. We'll do a swan dive to get there. Reaching high, swan dive, lead with the chest. Coming down, hands to the mat, step or hop back to plank. Bend the left knee, place it behind the left hand. Drop to the right knee. Use your right toes to walk this right leg out long behind you and also to pull you onto the side of the calf. And I'm going to show you an alternative because I can't do this very well on the other side, so I'll show you a reclined pigeon after everybody gets into position. So you can go ahead and lower the chest, stack the hands, and take the right cheek down. Reconnect with the breath, and I'll show you that reclined pigeon. I'm sure everybody has seen this. So you're crossing the ankle over the knee, reaching into the thigh, and using that elbow to press the knee away. As you're pulling in with the thigh, you're going to get a nice stretch in the same area that we do in the back of that leg into that thigh area. But the only difference is really you're not tweaking the knee, you're not getting that right hip flexor stretch that I really like here. So you can also, if you like to have a little deeper low back twist when you're in pigeon, you can push back into the hands and take the right hand, thread it through, and come onto the right shoulder. Even stacking the hands into prayer, or stacking them or pressing them into prayer. So I like this because it gives me a deeper stretch in that low back. And then let's go ahead and push the palms into the mat. We're going to move to the other side, coming onto the ball of the right foot, come back to plank and bend the right knee, pressing it behind that right hand, dropping to the left knee, walking that left leg out long. And again, I can't really do it on that side, so I will do reclined pigeon on this side. If you want your twist, press the palms into the mat and then thread the arm through, coming onto the left shoulder. Coming out of your twist, press the palms into the mat. Coming back up, roll over onto this left thigh and swing this leg around. So we're just coming into a sitting position. We're going to move back into our hip sway, engage your core, and slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Join me Fridays at 10 for some Pilates to strengthen that core. Arms come out in the T, knees into tabletop, and then slowly lowering the knees to the left. You're grounding into the right shoulder. Take the hand, pressing into the knee for a little deeper stretch, gazing out over that right arm. Reconnect with the breath. Start bringing that ocean breath into the background, into the back of the throat. Allow that ocean breath to start calming the body's nervous system, lowering the heart rate, soothing the body, relaxing the body. too intense of a stretch. You just need to lower the knees a little further down towards the bottom of the mat. We're going to move to the other side, so engage your core, press your palms into the mat, come back into tabletop, and then lower the knees to the right side, grounding into that left shoulder. Right hand presses the knees deeper into the mat as you gaze over that left arm. And breathe. And then coming back to the center, bring your knees back to tabletop. Lengthen the legs out long onto the mat. Pull the shoulders away from the head and the knees away from the hips. Start focusing on that breath. We're going to start moving back into that Ujjayi breath. Filling the low belly like a balloon full of air. Into the mid belly. Into the upper chest. Pause and notice. And exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly, blowing all the air out. Again, pausing to notice how it feels to have no air. And beginning a new breath, filling that low belly like a balloon, into the mid belly, all the way into the upper chest. Pause. Exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly, blowing all the air out. And pausing. And then new breath. Breathe in a nice loud ocean breath in the back of the throat to really help resonate throughout the body and calm that body's nervous system, which lowers the stress in the body. Lowering the stress also lowers the inflammation that's caused by stress and the cortisol that's caused by stress. Taking the time to focus on the breath allows the mind a chance to clear. And when the mind is clear, you're able to tap into your more intuitive and deeper thoughts, to the self, to the center, to the spirit. Tapping into that higher vibration. remember, it is the mind's job to think. So don't scold the mind when it's chattering. Just do your part to redirect its focus right back to the breath over and over and over again. Every time you do that redirection and the refocusing, you're carving deeper neural pathways of focus. So you are training your body how to calm itself and how to stay centered. And when we do that here on the mat with the poses, very energized poses, getting our heart rate up and bringing it back down with the breath, it's the perfect way to teach yourself and your body who's in control of that stress. Practice it on the mat so that we can recall it in life when emotional stress is getting that heart rate up. Eventually, the more you practice this, the more you'll learn to just, in the mind, you're leaning back behind the thoughts and you're riding that ocean breath through your body, calming the mind, clearing the mind so that you're accessing those deeper, more intuitive thoughts that hold that higher vibration so that you're making better decisions. You're allowing your intuitive self to guide you. And you'll find that solutions to problems just naturally kind of bubble up from this place. You don't have to think about them. Put them on the back burner. You let your soul guide you. Taking a moment to waken the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, and take your time to roll over to your favorite side and hang out there for a moment. Taking a moment to scan the body. Notice the heart rate. Notice the mind. And I hope that you are feeling much more relaxed and at peace, all while still feeling very energized, powerful, and strengthened. Remember to practice yoga off the mat, even if it's just 15 minutes a day of breath work. So instrumental. When you raise your own vibration, you are raising the vibration 6 feet around you. So you're raising the vibration of anybody else you come into contact with. Likewise, if you don't work on that and putting that vibration out there, and if it's a stressed out type vibration, that's what the people around you are going to feel, and that's how they're going to react to you. So slowly pushing yourself up into a seated position and bringing the hands into prayer. And the prayer position of the hands symbolizes a reverence for life as you face each day and each situation as a gift of grace. And you do your part to raise your own vibration so that you can raise the vibration of anyone around you. We'll end the practice with the chant of Om as a connection to the mind, the body, and the spirit. Deep inhale. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. Namaste, guys. Namaste, Amber. My nephew kept calling us on Facebook. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry for the few interruptions, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I guess we'll continue to do these classes because the gym's not quite open yet. I know they're really lobbying hard to get the gyms open, but everybody be safe. You know, there's a lot of reinfection going around, a lot of misinformation, and a lot of confusion. You don't really know what to believe, so trust your instincts, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. Namaste.